So guys, I know it's been a while. We're back. I'm back, she's back, we're back. So for those of you who don't know, this is or was my 1991 Corvette. I'm gonna post a picture of it right now. As you can tell, it's been highly modified, I guess. Last video we posted, which was about 7 months ago, we weighed how much weight we had taken off, and we guessed, I think it was just shy of 1,000 pounds. So we're estimating she weighs around 1,900 pounds right now. You give an extra couple hundred pounds that I've probably put on her the last 7 months, we are probably sitting at just over 2,000 pounds here. So we're gonna get this thing washed up really quick, get her shining, because she has been sitting for quite a while here, and in Wisconsin it's been raining a lot, so she's nice and muddy. So we'll get her cleaned up, and then we'll take her for a spin. Now you might be asking yourself, how do you wash such an exposed vehicle? Well, let me tell you. Step one, we're gonna cover up that motor so nothing gets in or on that thing. And step two, you take out the battery. Yep, then we'll let her dry for a little bit after that, and we'll be good to go. Now she is covered and ready to go. Absolutely no water, and I guarantee you, almost no water is gonna be getting in there. We're good to go, let's clean her up. So I could do some sort of fancy time lapse, snap my fingers, do something like that, and do some sort of fancy transition. But I record with my phone, and I want to be able to listen to music while I wash this thing, so it's just gonna cut, and there's gonna be a clean car right behind me. All right, as you can see here, she is all clean now. I'm just waiting for it to dry. I pretty much just did a once over with the pressure washer, just knocked off some dirt. So it's still dirty, but it's at least better. And as you can tell, apparently I have to put some drain holes in the floor because that's a puddle. And normally those don't belong in the car. All right, so before we take this thing on a drive, I am just gonna walk around and point out everything that I've done to it. I guess in general, I don't know what's all been done since the last video and what was and wasn't done then. So I guess I'm just gonna start fresh and point everything out. So starting off here in the front, these headlights were an eBay special. Same for my blinkers, which are actually a Amazon special. Both of them, or they all work. Blinkers work, headlights work. The headlights I accidentally set on the bright setting, and they're very bright. So I need to rewire it so that way they're on the low setting, so don't blind everybody. And as you can tell here, my personalized Wisconsin license plate. Yes, I do drive this thing on the road. Is it legal? Depends who you ask. Moving on over here to the engine bay. As you can tell, this thing is swapped with a carburetor. We took the TBI stuff off and threw a carb on it. That was quite a while ago. I think that was done within the last, I think that was done before I had posted the last video, so that should be nothing new to you guys. I do have to do some adjusting on the throttle and stuff yet, but she runs good, she idles good, she drives good, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. Continuing on, as you can see, we have a brand new windshield installed. That was actually one of the more recent things. It is dirty because I can see right there I missed a spot when I was cleaning it. But yeah, windshield makes it a lot more comfortable to sit in. These, whatever you want to call them, door bars are actually off of, well, this truck right here. They were the bed rails, and I took them off and cut them off and bolted them into the old door hinge bolts, and they actually just sit on the striker here, so they're not really attached. There's just the door striker there, and they're just sitting over top of it. So are they functional? Probably not. But does it make it at least look a little bit safer? Probably not as well. And I'm going to skip over the interior for now. Moving along to the back, I went with vertical trailer tail lights here. These are meant to be mounted horizontally, but I thought going vertical was a cooler way to go. As you can tell, we have a 15-gallon fuel cell in there. That is new since last time, mounted on this new steel plate that I had put in just to hold everything on here. The battery, which is not there right now, was relocated from the front to back here. And that battery tray is actually out of a 2005 Chevy Colorado. And another fun fact, this alternator wire is out of a BMW. So a little bit of everything mishmashed in here. So as you can tell, custom plate on the back as well. And there is nothing really new on this side because it's the same exact as that side. So except for my marble mystery oil coolant overflow can, which actually fell out this morning. But put it back in and we're good to go. One thing I did forget to mention, we got some block hugger headers on here and a full custom side pipe exhaust, which was also done very recently by a local shop. Did a great job, sounds good. It's got dual cherry bombs underneath, and yeah, as you can tell in the the clip earlier in this video, it sounds pretty mean. It drones a little bit, which is ironic given how open this is, but nothing that I can't handle, I guess. Another thing I forgot while I'm down here, as you can tell, we have the original wheels still on here. I actually had some bigger tires mounted. They're a little bit taller and a little bit skinnier. I figured we could fill out some wheelhouse here a little bit, and I really like the look of it now. I might go even a little taller tire yet, but these tires were free, so I'm gonna run these first, and it won't take long to burn through these, I can tell you that. Moving on to the interior here, everything is wired up as simply as it can be. It is an absolute mess right now. That is on my radar of something to do soon, but for now it functions. So as you can tell, we got the starter button there on the left, ignition, fans, and fuel. So that key does not work. In fact, you actually have to keep it on, otherwise the steering wheel will lock. So a good theft deterrent, I guess, if you take the keys, because they can start it and they can drive away, but they can't turn. So that should just about cover everything on this car right now. If you have any questions or anything on any of this, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'd be happy to answer any questions. But for now, I am going to let this thing continue to dry. That way we don't have any wet wires when we go to put the battery back in. And in the meantime, I got some other vehicles to wash. So we'll be back soon. All right, I actually did not wash my other vehicles. I rinsed this one, but I ended up going to eat lunch instead. But it should be dry enough, except for my puddles on the ground, but that'll take care of that pretty quick. So let's, I'm gonna hook the battery up, and then we're gonna take this thing for a spin, show you what she's got. All right, this is the part where I believe owning a GoPro would be nice, but oh boy, I just sat down and realized that my seat is still wet. Ooh, that's cold water. Anyway, let's start her up and let's get out of here. Nothing started on fire, so that's always a good start. 0.5 seems to be the mood right now, so we're gonna let some of that water spill out and take her for a spin. I'm gonna record and drive as best I can. So yeah, let's get her out on the road. And of course, anytime that you're driving, always use your blinkers, even if they're cheap little switches. It might be hard to hear me, but I absolutely love driving this thing. It is my favorite thing to drive in the entire world. And of course, this is a backwards hat kind of car because it's so low that I think that if I had my hand forward, anytime I looked up, it'd be gone. I also have no gauges, so everything in here is a guess. And with no gauges is no gas gauge, so we're gonna go to the gas station and fill this puppy up. Now we got a full tank of gas, and I just love driving this thing. It's not the fastest thing in the world, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it is so much fun. Everywhere that I stop for fuel, for food, whatever it is, somebody's talking to me about it, and that's honestly what makes it so fun. It's just the attention that it grabs when you drive it. I mean, like I said, it's not pretty, but it's an attention grabber, that's for sure. And of course, Mexico is just down the road from me. Like I said, not the fastest thing in the world, but it sure is fun. The exposure in this is like my rear wheel is right there. Like, it's just wild. And of course that makes for a lot of wind, so I gotta keep the hand backwards. And of course my other wheel, right there, is so open. We have a little bit of a death wobble here when you accelerate quickly, the wheel will shake a little bit. It's not bad right now, but it'll get bad. And because I know that everybody's gonna ask, it does great burnouts. So I mean, when you take 500 pounds off the rear, you'd hope it would. And as you expect, with no rear weight, gravel roads are horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. You keep her straight and you just don't turn and you don't hit the gas. All right, so I have no idea if you could hear any of that audio, but I guess we'll see when I look back on it tonight. I absolutely think that there is no way that you can ever get behind the wheel of this thing and not just absolutely enjoy it. This car, I mean, from the factory was built to be fun, and I just made it more fun. That's all I did. So a lot of this work that has been done to this car has been done within the last 6-7 months, pretty much since the last time I had posted a video. And this is what I kind of considered phase 1 complete, which was my goal of getting this thing to be running and driving, and to the point where I could go drive it on the street and maybe not worry about not getting pulled over, because that's bound to happen. But at least the goal was to make it look like I'm putting in an effort to not get pulled over. So obviously I got the headlights and the blinkers and the brake lights and that kind of stuff, and to get it to run good and be reliable. I honestly think I have, well, a Suburban, an F-150, and a Ram over there. And I mean, my Ram's obviously more reliable, but I would take this thing over my Suburban and my F-150 any day of the week as far as reliability. So as far as future plans now with this thing, I am going to continue to drive it while the weather's still nice out here up in Wisconsin. And just kind of drive it as is, maybe tweak some small stuff with some small issues I've been having, clean some stuff up. But this winter I'm going to dive into it a little bit more, tear some stuff apart, and some stuff that I want to tweak, some stuff that I want to try to improve upon. For example, I would like to maybe try some small rear fenders, something over here just to kind of cover the tops of those wheels so it's not kicking mud up everywhere. I think there should be some sort of rear bumper on here and front bumper, because I mean, if I get in any sort of accident, the energy from that frame and the shock is going straight to my body. So that's not ideal. Then I want to start hooking up some gauges and stuff. I mean, I can do a gas gauge, a speedometer, stuff like that. Also want to make it more comfortable, so put some nicer seats in here. My switches, I didn't think about it when I mounted them, but they are very far forward. I mean, you can see steering wheel and where the switches are. So I'd like to try to mount them closer. So when it comes to stage 2, I just kind of want to clean this car up, make it safer, comfortable, look better, start doing some more roll cage bars and stuff, get it a little bit more structure, I guess. I just absolutely love driving this car, and I was actually telling one of my buddies recently, out of all the cars that I own, and I guess I only own 4 right now, but out of all 4 of those, this is probably the last one I would sell. I mean, for starters, it's just not worth a ton of money as is, but just like the amount of work I put into it, and it's tough to tell looking at it, but there's been so much work put into it, and I've learned so much working on this car. But yeah, I think out of all the cars that I own, this would be the last that I would sell, because I just absolutely love this thing. But yeah, for now, I'm just probably going to drive it as is, just enjoy it, because I've had this car for over 2 years, and I can finally start to actually enjoy it and drive it and have fun. So I'm just going to kind of enjoy it over the next couple months, and like I said, clean some small stuff up, and just some of that small stuff that's been bothering me, stuff like that. And then this winter we'll dive right into it. Like I said, I want to do work on structure. I want to work on comfortability. Also want to try throwing a little bit of power at this thing. I don't think it needs much more right now. You got dog butt in the camera. But I don't think it needs much more power right now, but just giving it a little bit extra power I think would be a lot of fun. She's looking for something in the wood here. Okay. This will be the last video on this for a little bit yet. I have some other stuff coming out, but for now that's it. And then manual swapping, I guess, is also something I would like to do, but I would like to wait. You are making this really difficult. I'd kind of like to wait until this transmission takes a crap, which, I mean, with the way I drive it, is bound to happen here pretty quickly. So yeah, stay tuned for more content. There's more stuff coming with this car. Yeah, I'm excited. I love this thing. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. So make sure you guys drop any comments, any questions you guys have. I'd love to talk to you guys about this car. I love it to death. So yeah, drop a comment, like, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.